DHS freezes intelligence program over civil rights concerns. They say it runs like a corrupt government. And I'm glad that they freezed it. Hopefully, they'll do the same thing with the FBI, or just outright disband the FBI, because the FBI is just as corrupt as the DHS's intelligence program. But before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button. Share this out so we can get this information out there. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. And hit that alarm bell so you know when I'm putting out new stuff. Also, check out my link tree in the description. It has a link to my Patreon where I talk about things I can't talk about here. There's also a link to my Instagram and my merch store where I have I Will Not Comply t-shirts. So check those out as well. All right, let's talk about this news. The Department of Homeland Security paused a domestic intelligence program last year over concerns that it may run afoul of American civil rights. The DHS Office of Intelligence and Analysis, or INA, one of the 18 government offices and agencies that make up the U.S. intelligence community. Mind you, this is the same intelligence community that told us of Russian collusion that was a lie. But they oversee the, quote, overt human intelligence collection program as part of its intelligence gathering operations. The program allows the INA to interview almost anyone in the United States, according to the internal DHS documents reviewed by Politico. Part of the INA program was put on hold last year as concerns grew within the department that it would lead to violations of the rights of interviewees who are currently incarcerated, out of prison, on parole, or otherwise in a sensitive position regarding authorities. Some employees concerned about the legally gray area they operated in asked about government covered legal liability insurance. Others worried about raising internal concerns about INA or blowing the whistle on aspects of the agency they felt violated the Constitution. All they do is violate the Constitution. According to an April 2021 document reviewed by Politico, one unnamed employee said the leadership and the INA's Office of Regional Intelligence, quote, is shady and runs like a corrupt government. Former acting head of DHS in the Trump administration, Chad Wolf, told Politico that the INA's issue, quote, largely stemmed from lack of proper leadership and a clearly defined mission. He added, quote, the concept of INA is sound, but how it is put into practice and operationalized has proven difficult. DHS Undersecretary for INA, Kenneth Weinstein, did not answer questions about the INA's human intelligence program. Quote, the true measure of a government organization is its ability to preserve through challenging times, openly acknowledge and learn from those challenges, and move forward in service of the American people, Weinstein said in a statement, quote, the Office of Intelligence and Analysis have done just that over the past few years. Legal experts say human intelligence collection, intelligence gathered from people directly rather than from avenues such as a satellite or forensics, can be violative of constitutional rights. The INA program reportedly allows agents to contact inmates, paroled persons, or those awaiting trial without contacting their attorney first. The agents are supposed to tell the interviewee that participating is voluntary. Yeah, right. And that nothing can be expected to be gained from helping the agents with intelligence collection. The interviewees are also supposed to be told that they have no control over how the information they tell the agents can be used. Criminals and those awaiting trial often cut deals with prosecutors exchanging information for lighter sentences. Attorneys are also typically protective of their clients and do not recommend speaking with law enforcement or prosecutors without legal counsel present. Conversations between criminals or charged persons and prosecutors often happens entirely through legal representation. And then they do stuff like this to try to set you up too. They try to get you to misspeak and then try to say you lie, and then they prosecute you over that. They did the same thing to Trump. So I wouldn't talk to them at all without a lawyer. News of frozen INA program comes as DHS Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas faces mounting impeachment threats over his handling of the immigration crisis on the U.S. southern border. I mean, everyone knows the border is wide open. We got people just walking right across the border. North Carolina Rep. Dan Bishop, a Republican who sits on the House Homeland Security and Judiciary committees, said over the weekend that Mayorkas has flouted federal immigration law. He just ignored. He totally ignored it. But quote, there's a laundry list of statutes that he has explicitly disobeyed. He told the Daily Signal, quote, that is high crimes and misdemeanors. You got to build consensus within a Republican conference. Some want to use a light touch of these things all the time. A lot of people say, well, if you can't, we're not assured that the Senate will convict and it's in Democrats' hands. Why would we do any of it? It's because you can't allow them to keep breaking the law just because the Democrats run the Senate. It don't make any sense. You still have to go after these individuals, or they're going to continue to break the law. Quote, there are reasons to do it, but we've got a process to go through. Marshal the evidence, conduct the hearings in public, and if it leads in the direction and all the evidence adds up, when you've done it in real rigorous way like that, do you move forward with impeachment? I think so, he said. And I think so, too. What's the holdup? Why aren't they going after these people in government that's straight up breaking the law? This is the whole reason why Republicans won the House is to do stuff like this, is to hold these hearings, to hold the government accountable, but it's not really happening right now. But let me know what you think. Leave comments down below. Like, share, and subscribe, and check out democrepublics.com for the latest in news. Until next time, peace.